Hey everyone, Hassan here, and I got another ToQger review for you today. This is the Ressha Gattai ToQ-Oh from Ressha Sentai ToQger. So this is the main mecha of the Super Sentai series, ToQger. This is called ToQ-Oh, as I said, and it's actually really interesting looking. I gotta admit, at first when I saw it, I thought the design was really weird because it's very blocky and like it's just solid colors like that, so it kind of looked really odd to me. But after seeing it on the show and actually having this item in hand, I actually really like this. And let's kind of get into everything. But first, I just want to quickly show you the box right here. So there is ToQ-Oh, and of course there are the 5 Ressha right there that do combine to make it. So DX, Ressha Gattai ToQ-Oh. So there we go. We have the different Ressha. There's red, blue, yellow, green, and pink, as you can see, and they all combine right there. On the other side of things, we have what you can also do with the Ressha is you can use them in the ToQ changer, which I've already shown in my review. So I'm not going to show it again here. So if you want to see the sounds that each of the Ressha that come with ToQ-Oh right here, if you want to know what sounds they make in the ToQ changer, go check out that review. But again, they all combine and all that fun stuff. But anyways, here is ToQ-Oh. And actually first I want to kind of show you what it looks like in train form. Alright, here are the 5 main Ressha right here, and so we'll take a look at them one by one. First up, I'll show you the red Ressha, and this is the longest one of the group. And it also, the little, I forget what this thing is called, the sword or blaster that ToQ-Oh uses, you can actually attach this onto here as well. So this just kind of clips in like so. So you can kind of have it like that and have that on there. So I don't think that was in the show. I think they just did that just so you have a place to put it. So I'm just going to take that off, but I just wanted to point that out. So here it is. So each of these Ressha here, you can kind of disconnect it, and this is basically the main Ressha. This is what you use in the ToQ changer. I've already done a comparison with the ToQ changer. Actually comes with one of the red Ressha. It doesn't actually fold or do anything. It's just used for the ToQ changer. So I already did a comparison in that video. But this is it. It's pretty cool looking, and it does roll and everything. And I'll show you that in a bit more detail a little later. So there's that. And then just for the full length version, there it is right there, as you can see. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely pretty good size. It looks pretty cool. I like it. So there's the red Ressha. Here's the blue. And I'll kind of, let me show you the individual little piece first. There's the blue Ressha. This has kind of got like a design of one of those like, what do they call it? Like the magnet trains, like the really fast speed trains. But it's definitely pretty sweet. And it attaches on like so. And pretty much same design on the back there as well. So this has almost exactly the same design as the green one, as we'll see here. Just the difference being the front of it is kind of different, as you'll see. Different design on the front, but otherwise the length and everything is the exact same. And I'll disconnect that. So this is the individual one right there. And yeah, so these are definitely really cool. They feel pretty solid. They're nice, good quality. They definitely are going to be pretty durable, I think. You know, they definitely have a nice build quality to them. Here's the pink Ressha. So this is kind of the actual little Ressha part that goes into the ToQ changer, and this is smaller than some of the other ones, but it does look pretty cool still. And then the full version right here. And all of these again have wheels on the bottom, so they do roll around. Yellow is same size as the pink, just slightly different design in the front there. But again, it looks pretty cool. Kind of disconnect that and you'll see there's the yellow. So there's that. These are the 5 Ressha that come with ToQ-Oh, or that actually form ToQ-Oh, and they look pretty cool. I actually really like these. I grew up with Thomas the Tank Engine and Power Rangers, so I was always, you know, a fan of trains as a kid. So now that I actually have those things kind of combined, it's fun to just, you know, roll these around and have all these trains here and everything. And what's cool, because they are trains and they do have wheels on them, you can actually connect all of these and form a big train. So let me show you that right now. Alright, so here I am, and here are the different Ressha. And so what you can actually do is you can take these and just combine them just as is. So I'll kind of show you that here. And so on the bottom, you know, this one has like a hole there and this one has the peg, so it just kind of sits in. It doesn't fit in very well. It's very loose, so you really cannot do this on carpet. If you do it on carpet, it will pop out pretty easily. So as you can see, you know, it rolls around and then I can attach. Now, for some of these, I guess I'll have to detach this. You may have to flip it open. So this one on the back, you kind of have to pop that out just to have the connector there. Yellow and pink have the connector sitting in the back like that. So let me do that now. And then let's see, green has the connector back here. Oops. And pink, well, I guess pink is fine. So, oops, as you can see, it's pretty loose. It's not the best connection there, but you can get a pretty decently sized train right there. But what actually is a little bit easier in terms of actually connecting them all, let me kind of detach these here. If you detach them, then connect them, so now there's a little connector that you can pull out from the bottom of the red. Now you connect it, that gives you another little joint here. So instead of having one giant piece, it's kind of broken up into 2 pieces. So it's a little bit more easier to navigate, you know, kind of like that. So you can do that with all of these. So I'll disconnect the blue here and pop out the little connector. And I got blue right there. Then let's see. So we have ToQ-Ichigo and Nigo, and then number 3. Oops, right here. Disconnect that, pop this out. And this is actually really cool, because I mean, I love having like this little train that you can do here. It's actually really sweet. Okay, and then I'll get green, and I'll give you guys an idea of how long this thing does become. It's pretty huge. I had to put this on my ping pong table because otherwise I just wouldn't have space for all of this. It's a long train. I don't know exactly, you know, how long. I didn't quite measure it, but you'll get an idea from the end of this. And the pink also has a connector at the back. You can actually kind of rearrange them however you want. And if you have any of the other Ressha as well, I'll show you the shield and scope Ressha that I have that I'll be doing in future reviews from other products. But they can attach on too. But you'll see, it kind of disconnected there because the little... So, yeah. You really don't get too much maneuverability. But this is still fun. I mean, look at this. This is cool. This is like my own little train. This is awesome. So as you can see, it's pretty long. I'll kind of show you. You can maybe get an idea just from seeing that. So this is actually like one of my favorite parts about ToQ-Oh. Just having it be a train is pretty cool. And let me go grab shield and scope Ressha real quick. Alright, so I got them. So you'll be seeing them in later reviews, but here they are. So they also have connectors as well. So you get any other Ressha, you have those connectors too. So there you go. Now they're connected on to that as well. So you can have an even longer train. So I think that's one of the coolest parts about ToQ-Oh, especially if you're really into trains. This is just a fun set to have. The downside is, of course, you're gonna have to have a really smooth surface like this ping pong table. If you do it on the carpet, it's not gonna work. In fact, even the little bump right here from the piece of the ping pong table, I took off the fence, but even that was disconnecting the trains. So you pretty much have to have a completely smooth surface. So I really wish the connectors were much better. Because it really limits where I can actually use this. I pretty much can only use it like on this ping pong table, or maybe like our dining room table or something, but it's very limited in where you can do it. But if you do have the space, this is pretty awesome. So yeah, that's that. So now I will show you the transformation sequence, because that's also pretty cool. Alright, so I have them back in their main little forms here, and let's combine them. So, like it or not, it's some people may have issues with the blocky design of ToQ-Oh, but the way that it's actually designed makes it pretty easy to transform. So that is also kind of a plus. So whether you like the ultimate final design of ToQ-Oh or not, the actual transformation is pretty cool. And I love when the transformation is pretty much, you're able to do it the exact way that they do it on the show. Sometimes on the show they have some certain combinations that are, you can't really completely do, but this is, you can pretty much do exactly what they do on the show. And so that's pretty cool. So here's how this works. Let me kind of tilt this camera up a little, and there we go. All right, so on the red Ressha, you have this little connector piece right there, and on green, there's that little piece, and blue right there. So what you do is you just kind of fit this in right there, and then so you're pushing it together, and then you slide, and it clicks. There you go. So now it's stuck in place. To remove it, you just hold down the button and slide it out. But it's very easy to connect, like that, and on the other side, connected. So this is just like on the show, all the trains line up and they just connect, very easy. And then also on the show, you see yellow and pink have this little connector that pops out. So same thing right there. The connector pops out, and there's the hole right there on the side. So you just click that right in. Oops. And there you go. And what's actually kind of neat is this is almost like one super train. It still completely rolls just fine. So that's kind of fun to have that there. Then what they do on the show is they take the red piece, and it kind of flips up like that. And I'm not going to comment any further on that piece of transformation right there. Let's just leave it at that. Then we have the yellow and pink, which you just rotate the front part like that. And then green and blue, you can just kind of flip that up like that so it stands. Oops, and that just fell down. To get this to connect, you just tilt this part forward like that, and then it will connect in place. It just kind of clicks back there like that. So let me kind of pan the camera there. You can actually push the legs apart like that, so that way it's supposed to kind of bend a little, so it kind of gives it a bit more support to stand up straight. Then up top here, what you actually have, let me zoom in a little, is the shoulder pieces can come down and also rotate. Okay, and then we have the head piece here, which this can fold down like so. This piece doesn't click in anywhere, it just kind of sits there. But then you have the head piece right here that will come out, and it flips up, and this will click into place right there. And then, dun da da da, we have the helmet right there. So that just kind of opens up like that. And there you have ToQ-Oh. This is the full mecha right here. And yeah, it definitely looks really interesting. It does have that blocky look to it, and yes, at first it almost felt like it was missing paint because of it's just bright stripes of color. But then when I actually got this in hand, the way that it combines, the fact that they're all individual trains, like it makes sense. And it still is so much fun. It looks really cool to me now. I actually do like this now. And it feels pretty solid, definitely. So that's pretty nice. So in terms of what you can do with this, so the legs, I guess you can only move about that much. They're supposed to be like that. They don't move forward or back, okay? The arms do rotate around, and they do move apart about that much, but they don't bend, there's no elbows or anything there. The head is not going to rotate. You have very limited articulation with this, so that is also one kind of a downside, I guess. But I guess it all comes down to pros and cons. You know, the con is that the limited articulation and I guess maybe the design if you don't like it. But then on the pro side of things, it's very easy to transform, and it just kind of makes sense with all the trains lining up and the way that it kind of transforms like that. And it's still kind of fun. You know, I still do like it. Even though it has limited articulation, it's still kind of fun. There's a candy toy version of ToQ-Oh that does have more articulation, and I did get that as well, so I will do a comparison. But I just wanted to kind of show that. And by the way, when you do disconnect all these things, like if I were to go back to trains, one thing to note, these legs aren't going to fold down like that. You have to hold down the button, and then when you're... All right. When you're holding that down, then you can do it. So that kind of just prevents the legs from just collapsing like that. Although he just completely fell apart right there. So let's reconnect him. That was just, obviously you don't want to hold it just by this little leg here because this piece can come off anyway, so it's not much support. So I'm not a good example. But yeah, I actually do like this. I like the bright colors actually look kind of cool, especially in person. It's very, it like stands out. It's really neat looking. And I just think overall, like, it looks really cool. I like it. And there's lots of other, you'll see there's connectors everywhere here and all over the place. So you know when they get more Ressha, there's going to be some cool combinations going on here. Now you also do have this piece right here. So one side is painted and the other side is not. Would have been nice for them to do both sides, I guess, but oh well. So this can kind of fit in right there as like a blaster. So there you go. Or you can just flip this up and it's now a sword. So there you go. He now has a sword. So there is ToQ-Oh. And it's definitely, again, you're either going to like it or hate it. I mean, it all comes down to your preference in the design. Personally, I love the trains, and so that's kind of, you know, why I wanted to get it, and I thought the ToQ changer was really cool. And then when I finally got ToQ-Oh in hand, I just fell in love with it. I think this thing is awesome. I love the trains and how you can form a long train and kind of, you know, play around with that. But then just the way how it easily transforms. The trains just line up and then you just fold up one or two little things and bam, there you go. I love that. So in terms of price, I can't give any specific price for it because it all depends on where you order from. And if you're, you know, in the US like I am, you're gonna have to import, shipping costs, all of that. But it is obviously going to be quite pricey, probably 2-3 times the price of a normal Megazord from Power Rangers. So do keep that in mind. You are paying for, I mean, this is a pretty good quality product. It feels pretty durable. And it does a lot of stuff. Each individual Ressha can be used in the ToQ changer, which I showed in my ToQ changer review. You have all these individual trains, which look cool separately, and they can all form a long train that you can play around with, and they all combine into form ToQ-Oh. So you do get a lot of functionality there. So there's that. So it's all up to preference, but personally, I definitely recommend it. I think this thing is awesome. This is... I can't say it's my first Super Sentai mecha because I did get Shinken-Oh from Toys R Us, but it's the first that I've imported and the first that I've gotten while the Sentai is airing, and I am excited. I really do like this. So I will also show you any future Ressha that come. I will show you the combinations like with Shield and Scope Ressha in those later reviews, so stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them for you. And again, if you want to see more ToQger reviews, please share this video. I need all the support that I can get with these reviews to kind of continue getting more of these Super Sentai products. Like I said, they're expensive, so I'll only keep doing it if I know people want to watch the reviews. So if you want to see more ToQger stuff, share the review. I'd really appreciate it. So that's that. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys later.